Alright, welcome back to Flow Weaver. This is part 4 of our tutorial series. In this video, we're going to cover the Skybridge puzzles as well as the ending of the game. So we are going to put the lantern with the pink gem inside it on our hook, and that will be useful later on. We are going to flow to the Shadow Realm now. Oof, and we meet with the Shadow Dragon. Now, you may have done this in a different order and you met him previously. If you did meet him before you get the commune spell, he just kind of roars at you, but you won't be able to speak to him.
Hello, do you want something?
And the importance of the pink lantern actually is to turn on the flame that you see to our right, and that kind of stops the dragon from eating us apparently. With the commune spell, we could talk to him and see what he wants.
Magic that does not belong.
I meant no disrespect. You see,
You
Now,
are an
bear in mind, he is, I think, the same creature that
spells.
killed our friend earlier, so we want to proceed with caution here.
Killed him.
I'd prefer you didn't. And anyway, with this fairy light, I don't think you can. Maybe we can help each other?
Know that I do not like you, interloper. But there are others from your world I like less. Your captors, the necromancer.
Hey, we don't like the necromancer either.
All the flows around them.
So this does bode well for us. It seems like we have a common enemy.
Disturbing my realm.
And as you know, the common enemy of my enemy is my friend,
With
right?
powers they should not. With no regard for the damage they do. Grasping at knowledge not meant for them.
Hey, I don't like him much either.
Maybe I will not kill you. You can perhaps deal with them. Stop their crusade.
I can certainly try. I am trapped, though.
The necromancer draws her power from this realm. Others of her ilk access other flows for their power.
And again, we just want to reiterate that you could have done this in a different order. Some people do access the Skybridge much earlier, but as usual, if you find yourself blocked in any of the flows, it probably means you need to do puzzles somewhere else
I'll give it a
first.
shot.
You will succeed, or you will die.
Yeah, let's succeed then, shall we?
Take this.
And here the dragon gives us a gift in his eye.
The Skybridge. They will not find you there.
So let's equip Shadow Hand so we can reach whatever's inside his eye socket there.
Another portal key. Thank you.
And we're going to put that portal key in our planar compass.
Thanks.
Let's check out this new place.
Oh my goodness.
So this is one of our favorite flows. It's the Skybridge. It's light and airy. You'll see a lot of assorted parts there,
That
and
seems
they
to
will
be back
form
together and
a
generating
light
some-
beam once you put the contraption together.
You, where did you go? How did you get there?
So the necromancer's a little surprised that we went to a flow that she couldn't follow in, and she's a little curious. That's what this conversation is about.
Access so many of our
But for those of you who find yourselves stuck on the Skybridge with the pink beam and you're not really sure how to progress, we are going to show you another
Come a little
thing that you may have
closer. I'll show you if I
overlooked,
can
which
do
is to
close.
experiment with changing the color
Yeah, you hide.
of items and interactions in other worlds. So remember the purple orb? Yeah, let's try hanging that on the hook. If we go back to Skybridge,
This image, I
the beam
recognize some
is
of the
now
runes and
purple.
symbols. This mass represents the multiverse. Every
And this
dimensional
holographic
world.
interface kind of appears
That-
before us.
Something is being pulled away, separated. Is that this world? Oh.
And once you
I wonder
touch
what
it,
that does, now that it's
it will
powered.
bring forth the astrolabe. You might be able to have seen this underneath your seat previously,
Whoa, the
but
islands are
you do
moving.
need to activate the
Does this
purple
control their
beam in order to
positions
bring
then?
it forward and make it useful. If you click on the rings and the little islands inside the rings, it does move the islands around. And if you get the order of the islands correctly, they act actually as reflection points for the beam of light. So the purple beam doesn't direct the light where we want it to go, so we're going to change it back to
There's one
pink.
benefit to the spell that
And
binds
as
me
you can
here.
see, it is now
It may be an
reflected
inability
all
to
the way to our focal point,
Whoa!
and it will call forth the giant Magitech city.
The energy of this city is changing the weather. Could I harness that magic too?
And guess what? You're about to get a new spell. So this is control weather. It makes it rain, so you could probably think about
Oh, wow!
other applications for the rain.
That's a lot of energy.
We want a commune to
Anything
touch the
too close
bird,
to that rod
and
will
that
get
bird
heavily
will come back
electrified.
and bring a rune stone for us. So that's what the pink
This
bird
is
is
another
there
piece of the
for.
binding spell.
Now we only have one rune stone left to go.
How magic ebbs and flows around this world is great. Greater than mine even. And yet we must learn more. Like these flow weavers from other worlds, we
Now, we did forget to show footage of this, but you could probably notice the difference now that there is a fallen skeleton out of the closet to the left. That was brought out by burning the wooden planks with the ray of fire from the underworld, and then we communed with the rat, and the rat went to scratch the skeleton to knock it over, and inside that skeleton had the runestone in the material world.
take such knowledge from these flow
So far, we have runestones from the Shadow Realm, the Underworld, the Material World, and Skybridge, which leaves our final flow, the Feylands.
Yeah, I don't think so. But Cataclysm, the Void, if that comes for this world, could it eventually reach the rest of the multiverse? My being here proves there are some connections leading back home. I need to warn my teachers. But first, I gotta break that binding spell. It's so close now. That strange construct on the floating islands produced a sort of diagram, like instructions.
Make sure you make it a habit to listen to all of your dream thoughts. Some things don't necessarily will trigger in the game if you don't listen to the dream thoughts, so they aren't really optional. If you find yourself stuck, then it is worth looking at the dreamscape to see if you have any bubbles that haven't been listened to. Anything with a pink kind of outline around it denotes something that you haven't yet heard.
Fundamental shift in the multiverse. And perhaps more importantly, why? So, I've met the actual necromancer who captured me. Flesh and blood this time, not the shade of her memories or magic. And she has confirmed her limitations. She doesn't have access to all of the flows of this world, and she can't move between them as easily as I can. Is that why I've been captured? So, knowledge may be my greatest weapon now. At least, the more I understand about this world, the better I understand its flows, the better the chance I'll be able to break the binding and escape the necromancer's clutches. But more importantly, I need to find those rune stones. If I can get enough of them, I could break this binding spell. Then I can find a way to escape.
All right, let's check up on the Feylands. So with our new spell, we're going to summon some rain to water our acorn. And the plant does need time to grow, so flow somewhere else and come back to the Feylands, and there it is. Now, it's a really, really tiny runestone from the little sprout there, but it's a runestone nonetheless. So drop that into your rune circle, and away we go.
We've captured a new flow weaver. They're young, but seem incredibly flexible in their magic. Basics only from each flow they access, but the ease with which they learn. Once again, the bounds of the experiment were set. Allow them access to the Shadow Realm, Feylands, and Underworld, where we can watch them. Yet somehow, they recently gained know how. But it's amazing to behold. We'll have to keep a close eye. We can't allow them to go any further. Access to any of the other flows could have catastrophic consequences. Not to mention, allow them the possibility of escape.
The possibility of escape, eh? Well, the circle of binding is getting weak now. You know, even with just these 5 runestones, I think I could break it if I put enough pressure on it. No, I need to find these other flows, the ones outside of the bounds of their little experiment. I need to better understand the flows of this place. If I know how many are connected to this world, and what kind of forces these other flows represent, maybe I can find a way to get to
So if we listen to our final dream thought, we're going to get a hint that there is another place we still need to go to. And to access that, we kind of have to think about maybe combining all the magic that we've learned thus far into opening a new dimension.
Figure out what all the flows are that connect to this world, and figure out what kind of magic each represents. If she's so concerned about me going there, they may very well lead to an escape route. If I harness and cast the magic from the flows I know inside my planar compass, each of the 4 spells I've learned, it should allow me to feel out the overall fabric of magic here and determine the flows I don't yet know about. Use the compass to build a map, weave it all together, and figure out the magic of this world.
So now there is a little black hole that appears on the bottom, and we're going to drag all the spells into it.
That's it. Oh, I can sense the fabric of magic that surrounds this world.
So all that's left now is to get a portal key to activate this new realm.
One seems to be locked off somehow, but another, one I haven't seen. A mirror world of some sort seems to
At
be
this
behind
point,
the
many of
power
you
of
may
this
have already done this, but we are going to be going back to the underworld to create some silver and create a sheet of metal.
If I can construct a resonant object, a mirror perhaps, I should be able to.
If you were stuck previously in the Skybridge trying to imbue the sheet with power and lightning and it just wasn't doing anything, it's because we haven't finished this step here. This step here transforms the sheet of metal into a new object.
If I'm going to create a mirror with enough magical resonance to penetrate the ring of binding, I'll need to start with a flat.
But just to recap, go to the underworld, equip the rain, and that will cool down the underworld. And something does knock loose when you do that. You want to use your ray of fire to heat it up, and then grab it with the shadow hand.
Shadow hand spell seems to be affected by the power of this flow. It's smoldering here. Oh, I've got to be careful.
So now we've got a flat sheet of metal. We are going to take that straight to the Skybridge.
A technologically advanced city in the clouds.
Now this all happens really, really fast, but what we're doing here is we are summoning the rain to come down, and we are meditating. So that's when the screen darkens a bit and you can see those blue specks there. So meditation imbues it with magic energy, and we get the energy from the lightning rod.
I should put this into my planar compass. And now to open the way to the realm of mirrors and break the circle of binding.
Stop! You do not know what you are doing.
Apparently I know a lot more than you do, and I'm not keen to stick around for you to turn me into one of the undead, thanks.
I'm warning you. The Otherwhere is a dangerous, maddening place, Flow Weaver. You will not find release there.
Yeah, well, at least it won't be here, and at least I won't have to contend with your little binding spell anymore. We both know it's about to break. Good luck with your doomed world.
Selfish fool! You will regret this. The Otherwhere is a mage killer. Gods, restrain them.
A mage killer in the other world? That doesn't sound good. But we're ready to get ourselves out of here, so let's flow to wherever this is? And that's it. Congratulations. You have at least escaped from the lighthouse portion, which is what was covered in this game. This is the ending. We left it open-ended on purpose for the potential of sequels later on that may explore more aspects of the whole Flowweaver universe. And if you were watching this far, we thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you enjoy our game.